Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Paul and this is pbTrader. In this video I look at footprint charts, and live during my pre-market stream I managed to identify the absolute top of the market, and I demonstrated live how we could have scalped that trade. I did go on to take the opening range breakdown based on the weakness I identified, and that netted me a decent 5R winning day. So stay tuned, watch through to the end as well, because I go into pretty much details of how I would have taken the trade as a scalp. And enjoy the video. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you for watching. More up to date order flow. So what am I seeing at the moment on the footprint charts? We're seeing a lot of absorption up here. You can see that because you've got big numbers on the bid and the ask, massive numbers, with, look at this area here, massive numbers on the bid and ask at the same time. So we're either going to absorb all the sellers and the buyers will take control, or the buyers are going to exhaust the sellers and then they're going to take control. Sitting at that key area now, that's 68,000 is a key area. So potentially, there could be a lot of profit taken up there. Big topping tails on the 15-minute. So there's that big buying bubble there, but with no follow through. So definitely being absorbed by the sellers. And then lack of interest at the top here. We've got 10 orders on that footprint, we've got 64 on that footprint. We had a lot of buyers there, it's 283, and then go across the other side, 346, and now we've got 2, so just keep an eye on that area. 6801. Remember earlier we had a large order sitting at 6804. It's gone now, but that might come back. But the fact we've only got 2 buyers sitting there, that means potentially that order 346, someone was selling, and then there's only 2 contracts left which sold off, or which were bought, I meant, sorry. That's why footprint charts are great, because you get to see what's going on in the market. You can't see this on a normal candlestick. You can see lack of interest now from the buyers up in this area who were initially interested. But we're just, looks like Christmas tree at the moment. Green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. There's no interest at all to me. Or there's no trading of any interest up here at the moment. There's nothing. And then potentially this is absorbing, we should see it sell off. I could scalp right now. Pretty confident there's no more interest at 6801. We can look at the sellers now. I don't think there's much interest from the buyers up here. And the sellers now, look at these, we've got quite a few big selling orders coming in on the footprints. This is on the bid. When you see big orders, big selling orders coming in down here, there's more interest from the sellers. Again here we had 67, 67, hardly anything from the buyers on that side, so the sellers were definitely in control. Got these stacked selling imbalances as well. We got down here again 174, 47. Look at this, 376, 209. So the buyers came in, just held that area and absorbed the sellers for a bit, and now we've taken out those levels with big interest from the sellers. 355 more sellers, only 75 sellers and buyers in that area. Big negative doubt there, 1,413. That's a big aggressive sell candle. You can see all the selling, look at that, all on the left. 600, 500, 500, 600, 300, or 400, 500, 400, and then on the right you've got 200, 200, 500, 200, 200, nowhere near as much. So definitely the sellers were outweighing the buyers up here. Again, the key area was this area here. We had 2 buyers interested at 68.01 when originally we had 346 buyers up there, and 283, 501, and then suddenly it just died. There are 2 left, 2 more buyers, and then it sold off. So if I was a scalper, you could put your stop at the high of the day or even above that 2. 68.01.25 maybe, that's 68.01.50, and then you could have just scalped. What's that, 5 points? I want to quickly interrupt this video with a shameless plug on my Footprint Pros indicator, which you can download on my website pbTrader.co.uk. So Footprint Pro shows you what's going on inside candlesticks. You get your average candlestick and you see a green bar, or you see a red bar. Maybe you might have volume shown at the bottom as well, but that's all you see in the market. With a footprint chart, you get to see what's actually going on inside those candlesticks. So you got the bid and the ask. The bid's on the left, the ask is on the right, and what you're seeing is all the aggressive buying and all the aggressive selling in these candles, and that can give you clues onto what's going on or what's going to happen next in the market. For example, on this particular chart, we have the deltas showing. So we've got a negative delta over here, minus 499. We've got a positive delta, plus 624. So that means we've got 624 more aggressive buying orders than selling orders. And then you get these orange deltas in a box. And that shows you an anomaly, a delta divergence, which basically is a red candle, which you can see there, but a positive delta. So we had a red candle, but we had 1,644 more aggressive buyers than sellers, and that's an anomaly. And usually you see that at the end of a trend or when we're about to reverse, which you can clearly see here. You can see the anomaly came in there, the anomaly came in there, and then we had a positive delta anomaly. So that's a red candle on a positive delta. And if you're looking at candlesticks, a top and tail candle with a small red body, you'd think that's probably a pretty much of a bearish candle, but as you can see already with a positive delta, that's a bullish candle. And so these little clues give you a little bit of an edge in the market. Another good feature you can see on this chart is the point of controls. So within that candlestick you have these yellow boxes, and that tells you where the most amount of buying and selling is happening. So what you want to see at the bottom of a trend, lots of point of controls near the bottom of these candles, so you know you're about to see a reversal. And the same when you get to the top of a trend, you want to see a point of control near the top. We haven't got one in this instance, we want to see it way up here, but we're at the end of the day, the market's just closed, but I just wanted to quickly show you what you can get. Another powerful feature of this footprint chart is the aligned point of control, which you can see there, which is shown by the green box of 1, 2 or 3 or more candles together, and that shows you an area of potential resistance inside those candles. The more aligned point of controls you get, the more powerful that level could be. And finally you can see exhaustion and absorption, and that's basically showing you these green arrows and the red arrows. This is exhaustion in this candlestick. If we are starting to run out of buyers, then you'll see these little green arrows. That indicates there's exhaustion from the buyers. No more buyings coming in, and as you can see at the end of a trend, it's starting to reverse. No more buyers and coming in on that one, so it's definitely showing exhaustion. And you can see that quite clearly on the right hand side. The buyers are just drying up, but the sellers are very, very strong. And the same for the red arrows. You normally see them at the bottom of a trend. We don't see it until we get to here. Basically means there's no more buy-in, so the sellers are stronger than the buyers, and we're seeing exhaustion from the buyers. That pretty much sums up my footprint charts. As I said, they're available on my website pbTrader.co.uk. Have a look for them, let me know what you think, and enjoy the rest of this video. Okay, so watching the point of controls. look at this. So maybe the buyers are coming back now. We've got a negative 13, which is pretty neutral. There's no real buying imbalances yet. All the levels I just talked about, you know, the 2 up here, the 4 here, lack of interest in the buyers will be all analysed, and it will give you buy and sell signals. That's what I'm looking to develop, make it semi-automated as well. You know, no reason not to have a semi-automatic selling footprint algo running, because you've got all that information in front of you. Again, we are now seeing multiples of, so we've got minus 301, minus 427, minus 13, that's a neutral one, minus 600 almost. So we are starting to see a bit of a sell-off. What was our opening print again? That area there, that's our ORB. That's our ORB short. We're right in the middle at the moment, coming into it. But we have been effectively analysing the order flow, pretty much predicting this sell-off based on what we've been seeing. Because it's literally playing out exactly as we analysed. So just a recap. We had, I'm going to draw some rectangles in. So we had just 2 people interested up there, buyers. Before that we had 346 aggressive buyers. Before that we had 283. Before that we had 593. So we had a load of aggressive buying at that level. Then suddenly we had no interest at all from the buyers. So that is our anomaly as such. And then down here we've still only got 4 aggressive buyers, and then we can look at the selling. So we can know we've had aggressive sellers coming in there, and then going back we had aggressive sellers coming in here, and when you look at the buying side there's less buyers interested down here, and then we had some aggressive selling coming in here with less buyers interested here. Aggressive selling there, we had 334, 194, 47. We had 86 and 57, 257 buyers there. So it's very interesting seeing the order flow play out like this, and that's how we can put in our stop up the top of here, 68.01. That's our stop. We could have entered when we saw lack of interest on this candle, maybe the break of that candle, or even a pull back into it. So this is our risk, and our reward would have been down here, more than 1R. You know, we could draw a rectangle, that could be our stop just there for this trade. So our stop, our entry could have been, say, the break of that candle, and then so this will be our risk, and our reward could have been, we could have targeted the bottom of that opening range. Let's see if we hit target. And this is the bottom of the opening range here, so that's our opening range, the top and bottom. And we could have taken profit down here, 67.93 area. We don't have any large orders in that area, so the opening range is the first key level to watch for. And then we don't have any large orders above. So below this is our 2-minute candlestick chart, and this is our cumulative delta. Aggressive selling, you can see this. So we've got this aggressive selling coming in here, no interest from the buyers whatsoever. So if we were short, we'd be doing okay. I'm not short, by the way. I said I did take a short on NASDAQ, which has shown similar properties to what we're seeing here. But I use a 15-minute chart on my top step account for that, so it's a bit different to this. My Apex, I'm on the I'm on the 5-minute and 15-minute chart. I trade off the 5. Look at that. So we're still getting close. We're pretty much at our opening range low. So you could take profit off at this point. Maybe wait for it to break the low of that candle there. What's that? 67.93 would be our target. See if we can get into that area. We do have news coming up at 10, so that'll be a great target to get out of as well. News at 10. Still looking good. Aggressive selling coming in, as you can see from down here. So I have no reason to be coming out of my trade just yet until it hits that target. There we go. Target acquired. That's right, smack bang 67.93.50. So keep an eye on that target. So that would have been a great trade. So that's just an example of how you can use order flow to scalp a reversal. Basically looking at, let's clear all that, looking at when the sellers were definitely exhausted. I mean when the buyers were exhausted and the sellers take control. Using aggressive selling. Look at that, we've still got aggressive selling coming in now. This could be ending volume right now. All that aggression coming in at the bottom there. So potentially we can see a bounce coming through that area. What we're looking for, if we want to see if it's aggressive buyers coming out, we want to see some aggressive buying come back in, and then we want to see on the order flow, let's just zoom in a bit more, we want to see a little bit of we want to see a change of delta basically. So we've still got two at minus 300 at the moment. That's what we're looking for, and a change of delta to confirm the bottom. And you could even just scalp this then. Again, I don't scalp, it's just making observations. So what we're looking for, we're looking for selling to get exhausted. We've only got 71 sellers down here now, 142 buyers, so we know there's more buyers. We've got, look at this, we've got some stacked buying coming in now. So we know we've got some interest from buyers. Got stacked buyers up here, and what that means is we've got more aggressive buying than sellers for that price level. Here we go, seeing a bottom tail, so we know that's aggressive buying coming back in. A bottom tail, you don't see it as a green candle unless it opens on as a candle, but bottom tails are basically aggressive buying, topping tails are aggressive selling. The trend's looking pretty weak because we put in a high there, put in a lower high there, taking out that low there, so we're putting in a lower low, only just taking it out, but we have. And the key here was what we said earlier, lack of buyers at that level. We saw these aggressive buyers come in there, but with no follow through on the buying side. So we know there was no interest from the buyers at that point. Big wide range aggressive selling there. So definitely sellers are still in control. The buyers did try. You can see that there, with no real follow through just yet. And look, so we filled in, so we've got the sellers are back there. We know we've got sellers, look at that, 0 sellers there, no 0 buyers, nobody interested down there. So now, I don't like looking at current candle because it's just filling data still, but we've got just 33 buyers at the bottom of that candle, paired with 257 above buyers. First bit of green we've seen for a while. I'm probably going to call it a day now. I'm going to be watching for the breakdown of this opening range for a short. I'm still short on Nasdaq, which is doing okay. I'm looking for a candle to break and close below that opening range, that 15-minute opening range, and then I'm looking for the entry on the break of that breaking candle. It's got to be on increasing red volume, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so I will be back tomorrow at 9 AM. Hopefully you found some value on this little quick footprint tutorial. Let me know, or hit the like button if you found value on it. Let me know any comments. And I know there's a little bit of delay now on my platform. My NinjaTrader's a bit behind, so I need to sort that out. time for a PC reinstall soon. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow at 9 AM. Thank you for watching and trade safe.